Today we shall study human respiratory system and the air passageways of human respiratory system. The air will be entering either through the mouth or the nasal cavity. This is the nasal cavity and this is the oral cavity. The major passageway of air is through the nasal openings, but it can also enter through the mouth cavity because both of them are opening into the same region, which is called as the pharynx region. This is the pharynx region, which is a common point for both the nasal and oral openings. Next, there will be from pharynx, there will be a windpipe arising, which will be called as trachea. Trachea is having C-shaped cartilage rings. These rings are not completely circular, they are like this, so that if the trachea is compressed or some pressure is applied on the trachea, they do not get collapsed, they do not break. So it will help the trachea to tolerate some trauma. Next, while entering into the chest cavity, the trachea divides to form two tubes, left and right. The left and right, both of these are called as bronchi. Single is bronchus. After entering into the lungs, they will be divided. They will be dividing to form smaller tubules, which are called as bronchioles, and the bronchioles further divide to form alveolar ducts, which open into alveoli, which are grape-shaped respiratory surfaces, which and these surfaces are filled with blood vessels, so that when the air enters into these alveolar sacs, the air gets exchanged efficiently. The mechanism of ventilation is as follows. As I have already told you, the mammalian mechanism of respiration ventilation is through negative pressure. In ventilation, firstly, there is a diaphragm, which is a muscular sheet, and it separates the chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. The region or the cavity which will be present beneath this diaphragm will be called as the abdominal cavity, while the above region will be the thoracic or the chest region. So what will happen when the diaphragm will contract, the muscles of diaphragm will contract, so what will happen, it will become a bit straight, it will become less dome like. So what will it do, it will decrease the pressure on lungs, or it will increase the chest cavity. Moreover, the intercostal muscles are the muscles present between our ribs, and what will this do, the contraction of intercostal muscles will uh, push the ribs forward, so the ribs will move forward and upward. You can observe this phenomena on your own self during inhalation. So all of these changes result into an overall decreased pressure into the chest cavity. So the pressure on lungs will also decrease, a negative pressure will be created, and the air will be inhaled inside. Next is the exhalation. During this, the diaphragm muscles will be relaxing. So the diaphragm, you can say, relax. When the muscles will relax, it will become more dome shape. Obviously its size will be increasing and it will become more dome shape. This will be resulting in an overall increased pressure on the lungs or a decreased thoracic cavity. And next, what will happen, the intercostal muscles will relax, and when they will be relaxing, the ribs will be moving backward, posterior and backward, and as a whole it will result into a decrease in a pressure on the lungs. So what will happen, it will lead to exhalation. The air which is already present in the lungs, it will be forced out. So this was the mechanism of exhalation and inhalation in human beings, and as I have already told you, the whole air passageway of uh, air in case of men, which is starting from this nasal opening and it is ending at these alveolar sacs.